Shalom Alaikum. Ani Yashar Yehuda Kal Halal Yahuwah Bahashem Yehusha Baha Koak Shel Ruach Hakadash. The title of this video is Mother's Day Origins. Again, the title is Mother's Day Origins. One of the first queen mothers of heaven was Semiramis. So again, one of the first queen mothers of heaven, false mothers of heaven, was named Semiramis. She was Nimrod's wife in the Babylonian kingdom. And when she died, she was made into a goddess and worshipped. Okay, so that is the origin, or one of the oldest origins that you can trace back to honoring a particular woman for a Mother's Day. Also, many historians believe that the first celebration of Mother's Day was the ancient spring festival dedicated to the Greek mother goddess Rhea. Again, that's the Greek mother goddess Rhea. The ancient Greek Empire celebrated a spring festival honoring Rhea, the sister and wife of the chief Titan god Kronos. And she was the mother of the Olympian gods. And the main three of the Olympian gods are Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. The Olympic Games are held every 4 years in honor of the chief Olympian god Zeus. Dating back to the 13th century in England, Mothering Sunday began to be observed by giving mothers cakes on this particular day. And they were referred to as seminal cakes. So again, dating back in England to the 13th century, they began having a day called Mothering Sunday, and they would offer their mothers cakes on this day. Here in America, the Edomite president, Woodrow Wilson, he made Mother's Day a national holiday in the year 1914. So that's when the tradition really got kicked off over here in America. All right, so now let's look at a few scriptures that speak against following Gentile heathen customs. First up, let's get Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. Let's read that one. And it reads, "The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." Speaking of Yahuwah being provoked to anger. by the Israelites baking cakes and pouring out drink offerings to this false mother goddess, the Queen of Heaven. Okay, so we can see Gentile tradition honoring and giving cakes to the false mother goddesses is recorded as far back as 800 BC in the Bible. All right, so the next verse we want to touch on is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 and verse 2. Verse 1 reads, "Hear ye the word Yahuwah speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." Verse 2, "Thus saith Yahuwah, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." So we see the admonition and the warning against learning and following after the pattern and the tradition or customs of the heathen, because they're going to lead you astray and get you into their customs, such as this particular day, honoring the mother goddess. The next scripture we want to get is Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 19. It reads, and when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men. So again, we see the Israelites being guilty of pouring out drink offerings to the Queen of Heaven and also making her these cakes. So that's the tradition dating all the way back to times in the Bible where even the Israelites were going off and offering cakes to the mother goddess. So that's Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 19, bearing witness, speaking against following the customs of the Gentiles here. And finally, I want to leave you all with 2 Timothy 2:15, which states, "Study to show thyself approved unto Elohim, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." All right. So I want to thank you for listening to this brief lesson on the origin of Mother's Day. Shalom.